Thank you so much for sharing your time with me. This is October 31st, one of the scariest days of the year, other than tax day. It's the day that people dress scary. People don't dress scary on tax day. But indeed, this is a scary day. And it made me think about the skeletons that may be in your closet. I should turn the lights off in here, but I think that you get the effect of it. I think you understand how important it is for us to get the skeletons out of our closet to address the financial issues that may be haunting your family, your house, your love life, your career. Are you living in a haunted financial house? This is real, y'all. This is real. Thank you to those of you who have packed the webinar box. Thank you. And to those of you who are on the phone lines, thank you. I hope that some of this creepy stuff that I talk about will empower you. Indeed, call me if you, because your points, your suggestions, your words, your energy will add to tonight's discussion. And true to the record, every time I go off the air, one of you call me. Uh-oh, somebody actually called. Someone is actually calling. This is a good sign. I'm gonna see. Hello? Yes, we can hear you.
Okay, great. I have a question.
Let me know if you all can hear. I want to make sure that all of our friends at home can hear you as well. Like I can hear you. I got the mic up here close. Sometimes I hit it. Make sure, can you all hear? And what state are you calling from?
Virginia.
You're calling from Virginia. Okay. We have people all over the country, thank God.
Yes. The closest I've gotten to any stock of is buying some direct purchase stock from a couple of companies.
Okay.
I don't know if I'm just wasting my time doing that.
Okay. So she. Okay, well, thank you for calling. Turk Scary Financial Situation, and I will answer it on the air, Miss 804. Thank you. I see your number now. Thank you. I will answer on live. Thank you for calling. Oh, I definitely. The statement is that she's buying stocks and she's worried about, is she wasting her time? Is she doing the right thing? Is it smart to buy stocks? And it can be a very scary financial situation. So I'm definitely, I would say that on our list of scary financial things could be that when you don't feel that you have a partnership. She said she was buying them online. She might not have an investment advisor in her life. That's why we have the AfroEconomics membership to focus on financial planning and then purchasing and investing according to your specific goals so that no member will ever feel that way. So that if individual stocks are determined through analysis and partnership that they're inappropriate for you, then you will not be in that particular area. Because there's a lot of people that cannot stomach the type of October that we've had, that it makes them very uncomfortable to see volatility. And, that you definitely, Miss 804, a very good point. Definitely consider having a one-on-one with me. I will make sure that my office reaches out to you tomorrow and you take advantage of a complimentary discussion about your specific needs and anything that I can do to help with you. How are you, Miss Dickens, Mr. McGee, Barbara? Oh, indeed. Reverend Bozeman, thank you all so much, Mr. Benta, Ms. Felder, Valron. Yes, thank you. We indeed are blessed to have people all over the country. Yes, so thank you. So some other things that I want to point out, I have like 10 key points for us. So please don't hesitate to call in if you have something that you're going through that is torturing you. Because one key uh, thing that affects your financial house and can haunt your financial house is being tortured by low income. And that was my first point that I want to bring up, because for throughout 2019, you're going to hear me do many discussions about how are you, Evangeline? How are you, Miss Sherman? I'm figuring out how to get all the way down my screen because it really hurts me when I see like so many names and then I can only see the top portion. So I'm getting it together. Yes, indeed. But I love all of you and thank you. Being tortured by low income. It's time to start taking steps to improve your income. And again, I repeat that for 2019, a key emphasis in AfroEconomics is going to be on increasing income, increasing wealth, increasing, all of your financial numbers, especially like credit score, just becoming financially stronger. But specifically, I'm going to repeat over and over through 2019 the importance of increasing income, because I know that I'm telling you to reduce your debt and keep your debt down, but I've kind of given into, well, you can't control your income. These are some things that I've said in the past, so let's just control our debt. Well, now I'm sick of that. You can control your income. You can control your income. We have to go back to our refuse to be broke mentality and create more income. We have to start watching how we spend our time, isolate ourselves. Like isolate. I spend a lot of time and go through a lot of effort to make sure that I isolate myself, that I'm focusing on what I need to do to build AfroEconomics. And that requires, in many situations, to isolate yourself, to pull yourself into a guarded environment so that you are submerged and focused on building your wealth and building your dream. I suggest that we all take time to realize how important it is to have a time of isolation, hibernation, whatever you can call it. But you have to have the time that you are in building, reading, learning, studying, thinking, resting, focusing on building you. You are your major income source. Start focusing on income and not on what's not working. Because you know what's not working. It's not working to waste your time. It's not working to go out every Friday just because it's Friday. It's not working. If it's not working because you still have, or you're being haunted by lower income than you want, then you got to change things and learn how to sell. We just neglected the part of marketing ourselves, selling our product, selling our careers, selling our education. We just think you go get an education, you make a resume, and it will sell itself. It does not. That's why we have the highest incomes in the world, and our highest education in the world, and our incomes are low. Tortured by low income. Not anymore. It's got to go. That's the skeleton that we have to throw out of the closet. A second point is the cray-cray. What is the cray-cray? Who can guess what the cray-cray is? Now, we're talking about having a haunted financial house, and there's a lot of people who are cray-cray. Cray-cray is living paycheck to paycheck. That's cray-cray. It's crazy. You're too old to live like that anymore. You can't live like that anymore. It's cray cray. If you're not, it will run you cray cray. Tell me. Somebody tell me. Somebody call me and tell me about that disease of getting comfortable with the paycheck to paycheck. If we don't, we can't do it anymore. We can't do it anymore. Okay. So someone asked, can I buy stock in the prison? And I was thinking, I know they're not in prison, but they're saying in prison industry. Exactly. We'll talk about that, but it's funny. I don't think that you meant while in prison, because I know you're not. So you're saying in prisons. It is sad that that industry, unfortunately, is not going to be going out of business anytime soon. Call me at 1-833-275-2376 to avoid going cray. Living paycheck to paycheck. It is haunting too many homes. It has to go. You have to take some time to write down your spending habits, see where your money is going. We got to get it recorded. We got to stop it. We got to figure it out. I'm seriously contemplating getting this portal that will allow you to pull in your checking account information and everything. But my problem is I'm not sure that you'll use it, because we're not fully using the one where your information doesn't get pulled in. But I just know us, and I feel that if I say, it's just going to automatically connect to your checking account, you're going to say, what? I don't want it to connect. So then we have to use the one where you put the information in and you have it. It is included in membership. We cannot go cray. We have to know where our money is going. Yes, it's not comfortable living paycheck to paycheck. Tell them, Reverend Bozeman, thank you. But to change that requires an expansion of consciousness, which AfroEconomics is beginning to do for our people. Dear God, use me. Thank you. So we have to, in order to clean this up, to clean up this portion of our haunted financial house, if that's a challenge, it's going to take really taking that steps. It's going to take you making a commitment to managing your spending, and for many cases, doing number one, getting rid of that low income. You got to use your time wisely, increase the income. All members must make sure they downloaded the book. It's in the membership portal for free. It's only $1 for a member to purchase the Audible book. That's all. I just want you to, it costs a lot of money to record that Audible book. It is for you. It is for the world. The rest of the world, you can get it for free. Everybody can get it for free at audible.com. If you don't have an account with them, they'll give it to you for free. And then you can get rid of the account and you still can keep the book. That's in their guidelines. That's what it says. Now, hopefully that is true. I'm a member of audible.com. So but definitely make sure that you take advantage of the Audible if you're a listener. I'm a listener, so it was important to me to get the book on Audible because I'm a listener. But this book is about increasing our income, reducing our expenses, increasing our knowledge, building our wealth. Thank you, Reverend Bozeman. So the debt, a third point is the debt from hell. Do you have the debt from hell that is haunting your house? You got to figure it out. Do you have a negative net worth? That means are your assets minus your liabilities, leaving you a negative number. What is haunting your house? Do you have the debt from hell? Do you have the school loan debts from hell? Do you have debts that are overcome? Do you have an unmanageable mortgage expense? That's too often is happening. We got to do that. We got to get the skeleton out. We have to address it. Don't let it just go by. Don't let it. Well, how about this? The retirement mummy. You got a dead man's mentality about your retirement. Are you participating in the plan? You got to get active. Like retirement planning has to be an active thing. You have to be motivated about a time in your life where you don't want to have to worry about going into someone else to work. So if you're not building your own business and you're working somewhere, you have to make sure that you are building your future through, I suggest, at least 20% of your pay. You should be trying to put away for your future away from there. We got a call today from a person working at a major corporation who is haunting, his house is being haunted because he's worried about the, he's worried about them laying him off of his job. So he's got the debt from hell. And he's got to make sure it still gets paid. Thank you for calling. We have a caller from 762. How are you?
I'm okay. How about yourself?
Great. Talk as loud as you can. Thank you for calling. Do you
yes, ma'am.
Do you have a haunted financial house?
Beg your pardon?
Do you have a haunted financial house issue you would like to share?
Do I have a, say it one more time for me?
Do you have a financial issue you would like to share? Is that?
Do I have a financial issue?
Why are you calling, sir?
I'm calling because I wanted to listen in and see what's going on in your financial aspect.
Oh, you called in, so you were supposed to call. I'm sorry, you're calling in on on live, like everybody's listening to you. So
everybody's listening.
Everybody's listening.
Sorry about that.
Everybody's listening to you. Yeah, thank you for calling. But you can call this number when you had any questions that you wanted to share with everybody or statements. But thank you. Bye.
Okay, well, you're welcome.
It's always good to hear the phone ring, though. That's 1-833-ASK-AFRO. If you have a haunted financial house issue, indeed. That he did not. He thought he was calling in on the number. So he was calling to just listen in. That's funny. So the debt from hell, we have to do an exorcism of the debt. We have to make sure that we realize that there is no guarantee for any of us. And I think that as an entrepreneur since 1995, I have always realized that things, only thing I can depend on is that things will change. So you have to, develop a mentality of, I have to be a minimalist when it comes to debt. And I think that when you get comfortable in a job, it allows you to accumulate those debts. And if they decide that they want to reduce their debts by lowering their payroll, and you lose your job, then the debts that you have can become too much for you to handle and haunt your house. So the retirement mummy is when you have a person who is just it's haunting your house because you're ignoring the fact that you are going to need to not work at some point, that you are going to have to make sure you have to take active steps right now to save as much as you can to purchase assets that can create income for you down the road. That's the bottom line of what we need to think about. And we're not really told that while we're working, a portion of our income should be going to purchase assets that will pay and take care of us down the road. Any points on that? Any questions on that? Because when I really think about that, I just realized that is a big thing that is missed, in college. And then what about the crystal ball? I feel that a lot of people approach their estate planning and legacy planning and that first principle of AfroEconomics as kind of like a crystal ball. I'm assuming they're assuming or have this feeling that everything is going to work out okay for their kids. So I don't really need to make sure that I write a will. I don't really need to make sure that I get a beneficiary forms updated and have everything in place, because it'll work itself out. I don't really need to make sure that I have that deed changed and updated, because they'll work it out. Even though there's one person that it really needs to go to, and you're just going to go ahead and leave 3 people on there, or you're going to not correct it, or you're not going to take the time to figure out who could actually be the executor of my estate, because you just have this feeling. And that's combined with that mummy reaction that, everything is in slow motion, because it's haunting your financial house. It's just haunted with this slowness and this deadness that it will be okay. Because I tell you one thing, if you die with these things unfinished, you will not have to worry about it. But I would not want my legacy to be that I left a mess behind me. You deserve more than that. And what about the mommy dearest effect? Mommy dearest long-term care, where you have this picture in your mind that this nurse, this horrible person, is going to have to take care of you when you get old, but you don't do anything about it. You don't do any plan of action of how if you had to go into a nursing home, or if you needed someone to come into your home to take care of you. You would rather just have this mommy dearest horror story in your mind about your future, instead of taking proper steps today to make sure that mommy dearest doesn't have to take care of you, that you can choose, that your money can make sure that you get the best of care. And then number 8, haunting in your financial house is the cemetery of dreams. And I've heard Les Brown talk about this, and I heard Miles Monroe talk about this, that the wealthiest place on the planet is the cemetery. Well, that could be haunting your financial house. The cemetery of dreams in your house, in your mind, that you've just allowed to just die because you never made a commitment to fulfilling your financial dreams. It saddens me, because I have such a passion to do whatever it is that God puts into my ever that is good. Any good desire or thought that comes to me, I know that it is of God. So I feel that I have to do it. I feel like I have to. So the cemetery of dreams is really things that God gave you, gifts from God that just never got opened, never got addressed, never had a chance to breathe. And then number 9, broken bridge financial planning. Broken bridge, like you see them in the old movies, and it's like, it's like, and you're driving the car, and it's like, and they're scared that the car is going to fall off the bridge, Well, that's the way a lot of people, unfortunately, are approaching financial planning. And that's why I focus on AfroEconomics being a comprehensive financial planning program. Even no matter what, you come in and all you want to talk about is the taxes that you owe, I'm still going to make sure that you get a financial plan. All you want to do is talk about is how you're going to make sure your credit goes up. I'm still. All you want to talk about is how to invest your assets that you have at your work job or at your job, and you're about to retire, you're about to leave, and you want to make sure that we set up some asset allocation, or you want to look at the AfroEconomics investment portfolios. I still have to make sure that you do not have a broken bridge financial plan. You can't skip. You can't skip. You can't. You're trying to get, to the island. The bridge is the way to go. So if we don't take the bridge, we gotta build a submarine. We gotta get a boat. We got to do something, but we got to have a plan. If the bridge is broken, we shouldn't even get on it in the first place. Don't have a broken bridge financial plan. And then my final suggestion before all of them calls start coming in, y'all better stop calling me so fast. I can only do one at a time. 1-833-ASK-AFRO is the final point is kamikaze insurance. Now, I don't even know. Y'all know I just be coming up with this stuff. God gives it to me. It's like kamikaze. Kamikaze insurance. That it will come to a bitter end. Kamikaze insurance, not having enough insurance will assure that you will come to a bitter end. If you pass away and your family is not thoroughly protected, it will put a bitter taste in their mouth. If you have someone who has gone into debt with you and you haven't made sure that all of that debt can be paid off upon your death, you will put a bitter taste in their mouth. They might say nice things about you at your funeral because they have to, but they have to spend the rest of their years paying off a debt that they expected you to help them pay for. Doesn't matter how much they love you. You made a commitment to that. And I saw one time, I've just seen so many sad things. And these two people, and they were engaged. And she was just going out and going into all this debt with him and, you know, trying to make sure that she got him. And she wanted him so bad. And then he passed away before they could get married. And she didn't have any insurance on him. But you've got all of this debt together. And, you know, that's real. You know, you see such sad stories. I've seen people who have been married for years and their husband still has their ex-wife on the insurance policy, and the husband just bought a house with the new wife. These are hard situations, but that's kamikaze living. Don't do that. Don't go into debt with someone and then leave them hanging, you know, and have them in a possibility. You don't have to have the most permanent policy forever. You could use term. If it's a 30-year mortgage, you could do, hypothetically, a 30-year term to cover that, to pay that off during that period. If it's a 5-year car loan you get together, have it so that you can do a 5-year term policy. But just make sure that everyone is okay having from your debt. That's the responsibility. That's what the insurance is for. To replace income that you are providing, especially if you're going into debt with someone. You know, we have to be careful for that. I mean, not to even mention kamikaze life insurance. If you've got kids and they're going to need to be insured, they're going to need to be educated and fed and taken care of. And, you know, God forbid they've lost a parent. They should not have to worry about money. That shouldn't be their concern. But if you're just blind, you know, not caring, because you're just a warrior, you're just gonna do whatever you want to do, you know, well, that's not fair. You're building a haunted house, you know, and it's not stable. That's inappropriate. That's bad. Be good. But, you know, definitely, these are some things I want you to think about. We can talk in detail together about if these are some things that are haunting your financial house. You know, let's make sure we address it. I talked about being tortured by low income. We can change that. The cray living paycheck to paycheck. Bad. You know, the debt from hell. We gotta cut it. These are the things that are torturing people. This is the purpose of doing the comprehensive financial planning. That is the reason that a membership is so powerful, so important. For the price of a New York pizza, you're building your future. I mean, come on, it's ridiculous. And then did I talk about this? I think I skipped this one. 9 lives. 9 lives. Taxes don't die, they multiply. It's real. That is haunting a lot of people, unfortunately. Millions of people, unfortunately. I don't know. Do you think millions of people owe taxes? That might be an overestimate, but I know that there's a whole bunch of people that owe the IRS money, that owe the IRS millions of dollars. So definitely 9 lives. Taxes don't die, they multiply. Let's get them knocked out. Maurice said yes. Yes. So we're going over the 10 again. Tortured by low income. The cray-cray, living paycheck to paycheck. The debt from hell, that's number 3. 4, 9 lives. Taxes don't die, they multiply. 5, the retirement mummy. Just sleeping through your retirement, sleeping through your work years is gonna make for a miserable retirement. Crystal ball legacy planning, just because doing everything based on how you feel. No, we need this stuff in writing. And then mommy dearest long-term care. You know, you're going to set yourself up if you don't have a plan on how you're going to be taken care of, because, you know, if you need the help, we got to have a way of how you would pay for that type of stuff. Or, you know, so it's, if you're tortured by a mommy dearest type person having to take care of you when you get old, make sure that we do some things now to make sure you have the money to get and hire whatever help you want. And then the cemetery of dreams. We got to make sure that we commit to making our financial dreams come true. We got to get our dreams out of the cemetery. We're going to have to go out there and dig them up. Dig your dreams up, because they will haunt you for the rest of your life. You can do this. And then broken bridge financial planning. Gotta go. We gotta do some real financial planning strategies. And finally, the kamikaze insurance. Not having the proper insurance to cover those who are depending on you to continue their lifestyle after your unexpected death. We're all gonna go, but we can at least make sure that we leave the world a better place. People say ugly things like, I'm not gonna make sure they ain't gonna have nothing left behind. You know, they're gonna, no, you know, you are not replaceable. There's others who can do what you do, but you, there's only one of you. You gotta know that. So we have to carry ourselves accordingly and look out for those who love us. Look out for those who are depending on us. No, and we really can't do things for people based on how they treat us. We have to treat people better than they treat us. Period. We have to make a commitment to that, because this world would be horrible if we don't have people like us who will treat people better than they treat us. We have to. We have to. But if you have any questions, don't hesitate to email me directly at jb@jbbryan.com. Check out the podcast. Go to the website right here. You can download the app. I love it when you come see me and you have the app on your phone. Go get the app. Look, it's so hard to. The app, check out membership. This is AfroEconomics.com. The podcast, right there. Podcast, click through. You go to the bookstore. You can get everything. Don't forget about AfroEconomics on your Christmas strategies. Empower somebody. Empower someone. Do it for yourself. Get yourself a membership for the holidays. We deserve it. You deserve it. Your family deserves it. The world deserves the best you. Let's go into that cemetery and wake up your dreams. Call me at 1-844-JB-Bryan or at the 833-ASK-AFRO. God bless everybody. Thank you for your comments. Thank you for your participation. It was strong. Thank you. Well, thank you. Thank you, Maurice. You're very welcome. I appreciate the opportunity to serve you. Blessings.